Before cities had constitutions, before courts had written procedures, before the idea of human rights was even imagined, one ancient civilization carved justice into stone. Nearly 4,000 years ago, in the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, law stopped being a matter of memory and became a matter of record. This moment changed human history forever. Around 1754 BCE, Babylon was the most powerful city in Mesopotamia. At its center ruled King Hammurabi, a warrior, administrator, and lawgiver. Hammurabi believed that order was the foundation of civilization, and that justice must be visible, fixed, and undeniable. To achieve this, he ordered the creation of what is now known as the Code of Hammurabi. The laws were engraved on a massive black stone pillar called a stele, standing over 7 feet tall. At the top, a carved image shows Hammurabi receiving authority from Shamash, the Mesopotamian god of justice and the sun. This image was not decorative, it was a message. The law came from divine authority, and the king was its earthly guardian. Below this image, nearly 300 laws were carved in Akkadian, the everyday language of the people. This was revolutionary. Law was no longer hidden in palaces or known only to priests. It was public, permanent, and meant to be seen. The Code of Hammurabi covered almost every aspect of life. Trade, farming, marriage, inheritance, wages, debt, assault, theft, and murder were all addressed. Builders were held responsible if their houses collapsed. Doctors faced punishment for failed surgeries. Merchants were fined for dishonesty. Even false accusations carried severe consequences. One principle made the code famous: punishment based on retaliation. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. This idea was not about cruelty, but limitation. Revenge was no longer endless. Punishment had boundaries defined by law. However, justice under Hammurabi was not equal. Social class determined punishment. Nobles, commoners, and slaves were treated differently under the same law. A crime against a wealthy man carried a harsher penalty than the same crime against a poor one. By modern standards, this system was deeply unequal. By ancient standards, it was structured order. The purpose of the code was clearly stated by Hammurabi himself. He claimed the laws existed to protect the weak from the strong, to prevent oppression, and to bring stability to society. Whether this ideal was fully achieved remains debated, but the intention was unmistakable. The stele was placed in a public space, where citizens could see the laws that governed them. Even those who could not read understood that law existed above personal power. This concept alone marked a turning point in human civilization. Centuries later, Babylon fell, and the stele was taken as war loot to the city of Susa, in present-day Iran. There it remained buried until 1901, when French archaeologists rediscovered it. Today, the Code of Hammurabi stands in the Louvre Museum in Paris, still bearing the marks of time and authority. The Code of Hammurabi did not create justice as the modern world understands it, but it created something just as important: the idea that law must be written, known, and applied according to rules rather than impulse. From ancient Mesopotamia to modern courtrooms, the legacy of Hammurabi still echoes. The belief that no society can survive without law, and no law can endure without being recorded, began with words carved into stone, meant to last forever. If you enjoyed this video, then like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel.